Did anybody suspect anything? Like, did they think that?
Yeah, my dad, my parents knew I was drunk, and I told my brothers, like, yeah, I'm hungover.
This is like residual drunkenness from the night before too.
Yeah,
which is not as fun as when you get drunk. It's like
exactly.
It's like, all right, I'm ready to be normal now.
Oh wait, I can't. I'm just.
Yeah, my body won't let me. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Truth Serum Podcast, starring Ryan and Corey. You got Ryan and Corey.
Corey and Ryan.
And today we are back in a classic one-on-one, how you doing, buddy, kind of episode. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right,
Mr. Movie Star. The movie star, Ryan Babala.
Dude, I liked how you did that intro. It sounded like you were about to do like something from that SNL sketch, The Delicious Dish. You ever seen that one?
Yes, I have.
He likes having them sweaty balls. Wow, your them balls are very, very sweet and salty.
I don't know about sweet, but definitely salty.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it makes you nice and thirsty. It makes you thirsty. You keep ordering more beers. And then next thing you know, you wake up the morning after and you feel like shit.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. After a full night of celebrating your birthday or going out with a buddy, you get obliterated.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So Ryan had a birthday this weekend. We hung out for quite a bit. I got to the party a little bit later. So, which means that when you get to the party a little later, everybody's on a different level than you, so you got to catch up, right? Unless you pre-gamed. But pre-gaming is dangerous too, right? Because if you over pre-game, you could show up blackout drunk and not even realize it. Yeah, you ever did that before?
What? You did or me?
You ever get blackout during a pre-game?
Yeah. That happened to me a few times.
That happens. It happens a lot, right? Because you don't know how to gauge it.
Yeah. I blacked out at a concert and ended up puking in my friend's girlfriend's van that her dad was driving.
That's a fucking crazy story. Was that in Penn State?
No, that was my early 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, man? Like, you have any experiences that you remember, like, oh, shit, I overdrank right now, or I overdid something. I need time.
I think on my 21st birthday, I got so drunk on the pregame that I was excited to be able to show my ID at a bar in New York City, you know? Like, yeah, I am 21, bitch, now let me in, you know?
Yeah.
But I got too drunk on the pregame, you know, that I don't even think we made it to the bars. We were, like, at our friend Liz's house, and there was a bunch of us that I used to work with, and Turtle was there. And we just I was wearing a purple V-neck T-shirt, I think.
That's sweet.
And, yeah, it was like one of those, it was like a plum color. It was almost like, actually, it was like more like an eggplant.
More like a H&M type of shirt.
Yeah, like the H&M special with the thin collar. Which, like, I don't really wear V-necks as much as I used to when I was young. I'm not much of a V-neck guy anymore.
No, I still love the V-neck. But I feel like, wearing a V-neck associates with, like, somewhat of, like, those kind of, like, douchebags in a way. Like,
isn't it weird that a piece of clothing can make you look like you're wearing a certain uniform?
Yeah,
that's a douchebag shirt.
I love V-necks. So I something, I don't know. There's something weird about having something too close to my neck. Like it just looks weird to me.
You like a little bit of little space, a little room to breathe. Like you like to wiggle.
Yeah, I like the little wiggle through my chest and my neck.
Well, there's levels to the V-neck as well, right? You got the regular V-neck that is like probably respectable. You might see a little bit of the collarbone, but then you got the fucking deep V-neck where you could see like the bottom of the chest.
That's a bit much.
I've worn both. I've done both. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. I used to have this red deep V.
Yeah.
It wasn't like super deep enough where I looked like, I don't know. It wasn't like I looked like some like super gay fashion dude, but I did work in fashion, and so I saw the deepest of V's every day. It wasn't for me, so I had a moderately deep V-neck. You know what I mean?
Does that come as measurements? All right. Do you want deep V, moderate V, or just regular V?
I don't know, because if V-necks ever come back, and maybe I'm at a different point in my life, because I got some taco meat, too, on my chest. You know what I mean?
V-necks is still around, baby.
Yeah, V-necks, they're still around, but I mean, if they ever, like, they were huge at one point, to the point where, like, if you had on a crew neck, you just looked like an asshole, and everybody else was cool because they had a V-neck on.
Yeah. I feel like if you needed like a print, for me to wear a V-neck, like I'd rather wear a V-neck as a plain shirt rather than having printing on it. If I have printing, I'll wear a freaking regular shirt. It just looks weird to me. Yeah. You know?
That's interesting. That's an interesting choice. Wait, what do you mean? If it's a V-neck, it has to have like a print on it?
No. Like I could, like, if it doesn't have a print, I'll wear it. I feel weird about wearing a V with a print. Unless it has like that really cool thing that you showed me about Bruce Lee, that little like cool printing on it.
Oh, like a graphic on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. And also too, like, once you get past like a certain age, it's like you got to be very selective about what kind of graphic tee you have on. It's like I'm not like some fucking some middle school kid whose mom buys all his clothes at Target. I'm a grown up.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like it's more accepting nowadays, like with our age. Like, we're such dorks and nerds that, like, it doesn't matter what age you are now. You could be, like, fucking 40 and wear, like, a Super Mario shirt.
Yeah, well, it's novelty, too, now. Like, if you go to a bar right now and you come in there with a shirt with fucking Mario on it and he's got the foxtail hanging off of his fucking hat with the ears and the fucking... And you're like, oh, shit, Mario. Like, everybody loves him, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
If you're rocking like a shirt that just says Sega on it, everybody's like, oh, that's fucking cool. And you came to the bar just to have a few beers. It's like, yeah, for sure. Everybody's going to go, oh, that's a great shirt, man. Or Pokemon or some shit.
Would you feel comfortable in the future once you get older? Like, would you wear that in your, like, 60s? If we're getting to that age of, like, oh, shit, we're nearing, like, we're fucking old. We could almost not move. And I'm still going to wear the Super Mario shirt.
I probably would. It's hard for me to say, too, because sometimes I think about these things. I'm like, all right, maybe when I'm in my 40s, I'll start wearing cardigans. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like I just like, I feel like that's like appropriate for me to like wear like sweaters. Like it's like time to wear a sweater now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not just throwing on a hoodie real quick. It's like, all right, I'm 45. I'll put on a cardigan and like a driving cap and shit, you know?
I feel like you'll be proud to do it. And people give. I think you already. I'm starting to give less shits being this age now.
You know, you have to own it if you do it. You can't walk around acting insecure about it.
Yeah. I feel like old people just don't give a fuck anymore. I'm like, oh, what is this guy doing on a sunny day? It's 80 degrees and you're wearing a fucking suit, and they're in their 60s or 70s. I'm like, that I know that's their style, and that's cool and all. I'm like, you must be hot as shit, but you're looking fly.
Well, I hope you're going to work.
Yeah.
You got suspenders on. You got your sleeves rolled up. You look like you're going to go shoot some dice. You got a little bit of jewelry on. I'd rock a pinky ring. Would you rock a pinky ring?
I would not rock a pinky ring. That's just weird.
I'd wear a pinky ring. I would. 100%.
Wear a pinky ring? Like,
absolutely.
For me to wear a pinky ring, I need rings on a couple more hands. Like one for the thumb.
So you need a ring on every hand like Mr. T.
Yeah, hell yeah.
On every finger.
I pity the fool.
I pity the fool. I pity the titty. I didn't make that up.
Yeah.
Somebody else made that up. Just want to be clear. It's like when you put music on Instagram now, and you got to be like, I don't own this music, but don't take my shit down because I need people to see my shit, bitch.
Hell yeah.
So how'd you feel the morning after your birthday? Because I saw you.
Oh, I felt like garbage, man. Like the first thing, I woke up, laid in bed for like an hour. And then,
did you lay there with your eyes open, or did you lay there with your eyes closed but you were awake?
Like, you know that was like cockeyed open? It's like, I'm making the face right now. I'm like, all right, I got to do something. I'm hurting. Get a glass of water. And the first thing I do is...
stray cat?
Yeah. I ordered Popeyes.
From bed?
Yeah. You know that?
I didn't know they delivered. I didn't know Popeye's chicken delivered.
DoorDash, man.
Oh, you can get anything on DoorDash. What about, do you ever use Postmates?
Yeah, sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, wow, I didn't know that.
What, did I order food? Who doesn't order takeout, Corey?
Me for starters.
You don't?
No, I'm kidding. I do order.
You
takeout.
liar!
I do order takeout. Sorry, but wait. So you ordered Popeye's chicken? What'd you get? 2-piece and a biscuit?
Oh man, I got a chicken sandwich and a 3-piece with French fries. I just went ham, and I didn't give a fuck because I was like, I need grease in me. I have a headache. I have to see the parents. This is the only cure for me right now.
So you ordered the Popeyes. You ate the Popeyes.
Oh yeah, it felt like more like shit.
Really? Usually, like when I wake up after after fucking just overdoing it, I'm like, it's usually in my head. Like my head is usually like feels heavy. Like my head feels heavy. My head feels like I got like a minor headache. But once I start moving, I'm okay.
Minor?
Yeah, it's usually like minor. I barely know her. No, it's usually like a slight headache typically, but I usually just feel so dehydrated. Like my mouth is just dry and shit. Especially like if you smoked weed a little bit or something.
Yeah,
like
weed hangovers are real.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, me too. So, like, what would your routine be? Your recovery routine?
All right, this is my recovery routine, and this is expert. This is certified.
Yeah, take notes, everybody.
I'm a fucking honest to goodness professional in terms of recovering from fucking drinking excessively the night before.
Oh
and
yeah.
And what happens is every year you get older, and whenever it happens, as time goes by, you're like, why the fuck am I still doing this? But you know why? Because you enjoy it. That's why you're doing it. You're having a good time. Don't feel bad, right? Don't beat yourself up. There's too many bad fucking things going on in the world right now to be making mountains out of molehills.
Oh yeah.
So I wake the fuck up, right? I look to make sure my wife is there. There she goes. Unless she's out of town, then I'm just a sad, lonely drunk. No, that's not true. God, that's actually almost a sad. That's almost a sad truth. I remember once I sat on the couch. It was during quarantine, and Hannah she drove to Chicago. I sat on the couch watching every episode of the Weekend Update starring Michael Che and Colin Jost on YouTube for fucking hours, to the point where I fell asleep and it was still on YouTube, just continuously playing.
Is it because you want a distraction because you miss your wife, or you're just like, I'm just bored. I just need to zone out.
Well, this was like
and it preoccupied me.
This was like towards the beginning of quarantine, almost a little closer to the beginning. So it was just like, well, I can't go anywhere or do anything. Nothing's open.
Yeah,
and my wife's gone, so I was just sitting here watching whatever I could find on YouTube. Anyway, falling down a YouTube hole. So this is me waking up, right? I get up. Well, first of all, I open my eyes and I look around and I start assessing like what kind of energy I'm supposed to have, because did I say a bunch of crazy shit last night, and did I make anybody upset? Did I or did I just come home and fall asleep, like, which is the ideal situation?
Yeah, you have to get that little checkup in your brain, like, what did I do the day before, like you're saying, and like, oh, was I good?
yeah. Did I I hate that too. Like, did I wrong anyone?
Yeah.
Did I verbally hurt anyone? So which I also do not aim to do ever. My goal is always to make sure everyone's having a good time. Yeah,
and you always apologize. I do the same thing. Like, you always apologize, and I apologize too. Like, when it's like we didn't do shit. We were actually good that night. And we're like, oh, sorry, man. If I said, it's like, no, dude, you're fine. Except you.
Yeah, hey, I'm sorry if I got a little crazy. That's the thing, right? It's like, because shit like that will make you think, fuck, like, do I need to quit drinking or something?
Yeah.
It's like, am I ruining? Like, this is a sign. Like, am I ruining my relationships with the people I care about because I'm an asshole?
Yeah.
Or do I just need to be an adult and go, or I could not take another shot, or I could not engage in this conversation that's not going to be productive and going to become an argument with one of my friends.
Yeah,
and we both don't care about this shit. we're just fucking stupid and we got the battery in our backs right now, so we're ready to.
roll.
We're ready to. Yeah, it's like we're just fucking ready, and it's like when did we get so hyped up anyway? Like,
Yeah.
what happened? We got so fucking torqued up.
Oh yeah, I love being torqued up. You know what torques me off?
You don't really you just get charged. You get charged up, and you're like, wait a minute, somebody's about to start talking about something.
Yeah, dude. It's just a fucking good time. Like, when we're all chilling, like when you're with the boys, we're hanging at the bar, or like you just can't help it. It's like, you may not want shots at that moment when we're hanging at Pioneers, when like Langston,
and you'll have one.
Kurt's there, all of our buddies, and they're like, one person starts, mostly me, and be like, yo, shots, it's gotta happen. And
totally.
And you just get charged up, and you're just like, all right, it doesn't matter. We're like fucking puppy dogs playing in a fucking den with all the other animals.
Interesting, 100%. Just like a bunch of dogs running around, barking, and nobody cares typically.
Humping.
But you gotta you're humping each other. You gotta, I don't know. It's really easy for me to just be with the boys and just fucking get stupid. Because when I'm with the boys, I'm just like, all right, I'm too drunk. I gotta go home now. Like, right? And then you leave. But when you're and you might get into an argument with your boy, but it doesn't matter because we're all stupid.
Yeah.
But like,
the next day, it's like, no, whatever, man.
It's like, I don't give a shit. I don't even know.
Shit, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck we were even talking about. You know what I mean? But like, you don't want to be doing that. Like, if you're there with like your girlfriend, or you're there with your wife, or if you're there with your boyfriend, for that matter, or anybody like in general, like who has been there before. Like, you don't want to be getting that stupid, and then you got to be that couple on the fucking side.
Yeah,
that couple on the side yelling at each other while everybody's still hanging out, having a good time. I hate that shit.
Yeah, I hate being the third wheel of that situation. It's just like,
oh, that's the worst.
Are you guys done arguing yet? You can't say that because you don't want to be part of it. And it's like, oh, well, I like you both. I'm trying to be friends.
Don't bring me into it, but just stop. Save this shit for when you get home.
Yeah, dude, you ever got turned up at, like, let's say not an ideal situation. Like, I'm trying to think, for example, like a workplace party.
Oh, like you just got a little crazy at a workplace
party?
Yeah,
like where it's not like that comfortable zone, but you end up having too much of a good time. You kind of forgot. It's like, well, I'm just going to keep turning up right now and get hammered.
I'm trying to think. I remember when I was younger, when I was working for Club Monaco. Right? Who cares? I can talk about that. I was working there years ago, and a bunch of coworkers went to they did a couple of like team outings. It wasn't like official by the company. It was just like a bunch of people had gone out. And I had found a group of friends there that we would hang out regularly. So to us, the shit was normal. But when you start, we had like our own little crew. But when you start like inviting other people into the mix that you don't really know, that's when it's like, I don't know how I don't know how I'm supposed to act with these people. Like, can I be loose, or do I got to be uptight, or like I don't. So I've had that happen, and I've been in situations where I've been responsible because I don't know how other people are going to be, and I've looked around and seen people get crazy and seen people get reckless and get too hammered in front of their coworkers.
Yeah. And
I never really did that. I remember when I was at my old job, they had a holiday party. I started feeling kind of drunk because it was an Italian couple, so we were drinking a lot of wine, but we had dinner and everything, so it was like a slow burn kind of situation. And once I started to feel like, oh, I'm a little bit drunk, and I could tell by the way I was responding to people, or maybe I just got paranoid, I was like, I need to get the hell out of here right now so nobody sees me start acting like I'm with my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and then I got the fucking president of the company is here, and I'm over here talking mad fucking loud, like, yeah, the fucking da-da-da-da-da. Like, I don't need my employer to see me acting like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, I get that.
Let me be responsible and go home. I did leave. I do remember leaving, and halfway home, stopping at a bar right before I got on the train, and having like 2 beers by myself and then going home. I do remember that, but I was like, I removed myself from the situation, drank a couple beers, and then went home by myself. Like, I was like, I'm having a little nightcap by myself. That's the way to do it. Did you ever get crazy at a work function? Oh, boy. And it looks like Ryan will answer that question about did he ever get crazy at a work function, which we all know he probably did. Right after this commercial break, a message from our sponsors, if you will.
Hey, hold up, Corey. I'm having a little difficulties here. You think you could send another... I'll send another FaceTime. You started cutting up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
well, I got the recording.
It's just my connection to you. I think your recording's fine.
Sweet. Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of misheard some of the stuff you were saying, so I'm going to hang up and then I'll call back, all right? Don't stop the recording.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right, he's recording now, and he's back. Yeah, let's wait. Hold on, let me look at you.
All right, that's...
Yeah, we can count it.
Oh, no. Shit. Mine's still going.
Oh, sorry.
Really? On GarageBand?
I gotta clap. I have to clap, too. Sorry.
Have you been recording this whole time?
Perfect. So, okay. What I was saying was... I was watching all these convention things, and I was just like...
Wait 1 second. Yeah, press record right now.
Uncertainty, I've come to realize, is the most anxiety-inducing thing that I could imagine right now. Like,
oh man, okay, let's do the clap one more time.
Spent so much of most of my life so far,
3, 2, 1, go.
Having a secure job and having a steady income.
Halfway, I have to
and having a pretty.
It's good. It's a commercial break, so I can line it up.
Schedule, which. The schedule thing is something that I could fucking kind of do without if I'm being honest. Like I could have a schedule that kind of switches up occasionally. But either way,
yes,
I just knew what I was doing,
and
I knew where I was supposed to be most of the time.
Because at the bar I work at,
these highs and lows of
they usually throw this wild holiday party, but it's a bar.
Yo, everybody
and
get out and vote.
Yeah.
Police brutality.
Yeah, they give a lot of free reign of like let people just
you
go
don't have a job.
And
we might
awesome.
Stop giving you all the money
that's the cool thing about working at a bar.
You don't have a job to pay your bills. Like
I actually,
yo, that shit is fucking.
I do have a story where I did get so hammered at a family gathering with my one cousin who's the big party animal, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to join in your footsteps because I'm kind of like you but younger. And we got so hammered. We got to the point of being hammered that we started getting, that emotional hammered. We start crying. It was like, yeah, I love you. In the middle of this whole fucking party, my dad's there. My cousins are there. Just the two of us just being drunk idiots. It was fucking wild.
Yeah, I really feel like I was playing a game, right? And I was doing well. And then somebody came and chopped one of my legs off and said, "All right, now you still got to finish the game, but you just now you're missing a leg. Now you're missing a leg now, fuck face." And then they spit on me and walked away as I cried about having one leg on the ground. That's how I feel about this year.
I can't unless yeah. No, fuck that person. I if I have a friend like that. If I have a friend like that, that I know, I'm cool with you, but don't kill my buzz right now because you don't want to have fun.
Well, that's why it's really strange to me that anybody could really be so cruel enough right now to not be sensitive towards other people. You know what I mean? Or to be have that selfish mind state of everything is just happening to me. No, everything is happening to everybody. We all need to be fucking on board. Not to be I just woke up today, and I'm just being real. I just woke up today, and I was just I felt this weird heaviness. What the fuck is actually happening? And I think it's because I fell asleep watching the fucking Republican National Convention last night. Because I was just I'm just so confused. I'm so fucking confused. Well, it's also there's just you can see all the pettiness of all these adults that speak this certain political language. Even when I was watching the fucking Democratic National Convention, I'm trying to look at it through a different lens. I'm trying to just watch this and watch that and see what's going on. And I'm just watching. Really, what I'm seeing is just a bunch of fucking grown-up adults trying to figure out how to make sure that fucking everybody, like, they're trying to just like rally motherfuckers up to be on their side, but also they're trying to like convince people to trust them. And it's just like, yo, at the end of the day, some of you guys are saying like different shit than each other, like, and you're on the same team. It's just weird. I don't know, bro. Like, that's why, like, I don't like to get into this shit, and I don't really want to, but like, it's just like hard. We're in a time too where it's just very difficult to ignore. And I'm a fucking, and I'll be candid about this shit. I'm a fucking independent. You know, I think they're both sides say things that sound like, oh, this sounds like this could make sense if a sane person was saying it. And then it's like there's things where I'm just like, I don't agree with things on both sides either. So I'm just like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just sitting here like, all right, I guess we fucking got to see what happened. We got to go out and take action. And if we want something to be like this, we got to do it. But this shit is just, it's just the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's
like,
very stressful. It's fucked up. This is not normal. This is not normal for anybody. This shouldn't be happening. You know, yeah, it's weird. And you know who to blame. There are people to blame, everybody. And it's definitely, yeah. And we have I know we have a lot of problems in the world, but, you know, our government's got to get their shit together and figure something out. It doesn't matter. I may not know what's going on internally or what the fucking crazy Illuminati of Democrats and Republicans are doing, but get their fucking act together. Fix this fucking problem. We need this illness to go away. We need money in our jobs. It can't be normal right now. Yeah. 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 It feels like we've been hobbled a bit. Like I agree with you, and I miss that sort of like I don't like feeling all these things that's happening, and you know it's out of our hands. But this is not our life. We're not living lives right now. We're just people stuck in our houses trying to keep sanity, you know? Yeah. 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 And that's what's being created right now. Like there's a lot of lies being put out, especially from the Republican Party. You know, some of them mean well. I know. Only when I say some, I mean some. When I watch that bullshit of like, why are we pointing fingers right now? We know you want your side to win, but you're so fucking wrong. You're putting slanderous lies out there that has no base, no fact, no science. Fuck you. Yeah. I think it's a lot of egos and like it just affiliations that they get all caught up on. It's like either you wear red or you wear blue. Why can't you just like
why can't you wear red and blue like Spider-Man?
Yeah. And what was it? I was reading an article about this one Democratic senator, and he's saying like, yeah, this system's falling apart. It's not verbatim, but like I'm not making it sound like that. It's like, yeah. We need this. We're trying to keep it together, trying to salvage this thing. But this system that we have right now is falling apart, and we can't live off of it. And I think I see truth in there. And I mean, this may get a lot of hate from me, but I
speak your truth.
I think our capitalistic sort of mentality in societies, or that method of governing the people for the United States, it's not going to work, man. It's failing us right now, and I don't believe in it. If the idea that you could, there's a lot of things to break down, and I'm not a.
There's so many layers. There's so many layers to it.
So many layers. So much red tape. There's so much to gather rather than I'm gonna say this. It's easy for me to say it, but it's not. It's more complicated. You can't just get rid of a fucking system. But the idea of I like to associate this sort of world with corporate society. That sort of mentality. Every time you saw how much I hate, I don't want to complain about.
Bro, corporate fucking sucks, and I hate corporate. The more I get older and older, I just fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate the way they deal with people. I hate the way they fucking. I hate the way they dangle a carrot in front of your fucking face. Like,
you get carrots?
Well, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know.
Corporate is like dangling a carrot in front of your face. Like, oh, here, if you do this for me, I won't give you a lot of money, but I'll give you days that you could have off so you could go on vacation with your fucking 3 kids. Which means when you have 3 kids, you have to pay for fucking yourself, your spouse, and 3 other people to go on a fucking family vacation. You can't do shit with corporate giving you money unless you're like a corporate partner or some shit. If you're a fucking employee of a company, they just fucking jerk you off, and then they stop jerking you off right when you're about to come. Every single time. Every time.
Promotion? Nope. Oh, damn it.
You know?
Jerking it.
Honestly, it's fucking bullshit, man. Like, and I'm not some fucking punk rock kid from the 70s.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sitting there going, man, fuck corporate. You know, man? But honestly, though, fuck them for doing it. It's just unfair. It's bullshit.
Like, on both our ends. That's why I kind of don't like it. And, like, I guess what I was trying to, like, put together, it's just the rich get richer and the fucking it's not working out, and making the middle class or lower class try to fend for themselves. It's slavery, man.
Yeah, it's well, you know what it is too though, like people becoming billionaires and shit. Like when there's people becoming, I was walking down the street yesterday. I got a haircut and I saw this homeless dude on the street. It was blazing fucking hot out, and I saw this man and he fucking begged me if I had anything in my pocket. I reached in my pocket. I had like 4 singles in my pocket, and I just fucking handed it to him.
Yeah.
It was all I had, but I was just felt so fucking bad. I was just like, yo, there's motherfuckers out there, bro. And I don't know what kind of decisions that man made. It's none of my business at the end of the day. It's just unfortunate that somebody has to live on the fucking street. So I'm walking and I'm just like, it just really fucking bummed me out. Like, it kind of like took the wind out of I was like, I'm walking home. I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to go home and be in an air-conditioned apartment. Like, and and there's people out here like this, and you got fucking people that have $1 billion, and motherfuckers can't even pay their medical bills. Jesus Christ, we're really getting political.
Yeah. And no, I'm with you there, man. Like, I feel bad when I see like a homeless person around, I told those funny stories about that, but I still give up $1 here and there, If I have it, I'll if I have cash in my pocket, I'll definitely give it up. Or even like, even to like, I go to like a restaurant or like, I pick up my food. I'm like, here, take $5. You guys aren't making a lot in this restaurant right now.
You a good tipper? Of course you are.
Of course. I work in the fucking industry. I'll give 20% every time. I
love tipping, bro.
Yeah. So when you tip, do you ever like wait to give the tips to get a reaction of like a thank you or like?
I used to do that. Now I'm just I used to do that. But I used to do that only if I went to a new place. You know what I mean? Like I went to a new place. Like you guys provided a great experience. I just want to make sure that you got this and you know that I gave it to you because that's me. I plan on coming back, and that's basically me kind of like high-fiving you for just being such a great server. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the kind because there's also dickheads that walk in there too. Like, there's really this is the shit, right? It's not about like when you look at the Republican Party and shit, and you see these people giving speeches. There are people that are saying things where you're like, "Whoa, did you not hear the fucking undertones of that shit? That shit sounds scary. Like this sounds like some doomsday shit." But there's also people that are talking about like humanistic values and shit. Like, yo, I feel like people should be treated like this, and people should have the mind to think for themselves. And I agree with that too. Like, people should be able to think for themselves, of course, as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there are people who are watching that shit, and it's not even about what these people are saying sometimes. It's about the way this shit is interpreted. Like, if you take it in a way where, like, yeah, because I feel like I don't want to be a sheep, so I'm not going to wear no fucking mask. It's like, nah, bro, like, that's not what this shit is about. You know what I mean? Like, people are dying because of a fucking virus that's killing people globally. And this is not the time for you to have your own mind. Yeah. Over a fucking mask. Have your own mind about, like, what fucking, if you want to go if you want to convert to Judaism, then go do that. Don't fucking not wear a mask because you want to be an asshole.
Yeah, man, you're hurting other people here.
Some people don't care, man.
Everybody, we want you to be better.
Yeah. Well, some people don't give a shit about other people, and that's what I realized. That's why you see people treat servers like shit, because they think that they're fucking above them, and that shit fucking pisses me off.
Yeah.
And it's just simply not true, because the truth of the matter is, if we were in a situation where fucking shit went wild, crazy,
oh yeah,
the fucking rich people will be the people that, like, yo, if they don't get the fuck out, they're going to get eaten alive by the fucking people that don't have anything. And they're going to take everything they fucking got, because that's just the way it goes.
Hell yeah.
That's what I think, anyway. I don't know.
I feel like we're leading, like, I feel like the movies are predicting what's happening next in our world.
I fucking hope not.
With, like, Idiocracy, come on, we're hiring, like, celebrities to run our country, or, what the fuck I was saying, or, like, District 13, where, all right, the rich live on this ring or moon or something that they could live perfectly well. All the lower class, middle class have to live on Earth and mine for the rest of their lives so they could have good health care.
Bro, if I was rich, bro, I'd be like fucking Tony Stark, bro. I'll be down here fighting the good fight. I'll be doing cool shit too. You know what I mean? You know how Tony Stark was he was so rich. Yeah, you got the cap shield, bro. You're a superhero. Bro, Tony Stark was so fucking rich. Yeah, that's why superheroes, I was talking to Hannah about this shit. Superheroes exist to give you hope.
Yeah.
You know? Tony Stark was a filthy rich dude, and he used it. Of course he used it to fucking be a playboy and get chicks. But you know what else he used it for? To buy tinted glasses where you could still see his eyes so that we could wear them when he's indoors.
I thought you were going to go full philanthropist. No, he just bought his own shit because he's selfish.
Nah,
I'm joking.
He went out there and fought on the battlefield. And you got these fucking people that have never worked a day in their lives. There's people that have never worked a day in their lives that, like, wouldn't know how to do like, if you handed them a broom, they wouldn't know how to use it. They'd be like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know if I could live like that.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah. Someone, like, it makes me think about retirement. I know this is a different jump to the thing. Like, you know, I don't know if I could live a life of doing nothing. I need to do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, if I have a piano, you gave me the piano here. I like playing it.
Oh, I got a book for you. I got a book I got to give you.
Ooh, sweet. And I need to be physical. Like, you know, like, I feel like aging now, like, you know, even I need to keep busy. I can't just, like, you know, all right, I'm living off daddy's dollar. All I want to do is play video games and sit around. Even though that's awesome, which I do right now, kind of. A lot, but I'd rather be working right now.
You also have no desire to just stay there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't like, you know what's weird? It's like, you've known me for a long time. And I've known you as well. You can't just know me and me not know you. The fuck? No.
Like, I know you.
And I'm like, you know me, bro. Like, I try my best to just stay positive and be like a good, be like a good light in all my friends and family's lives and shit. And even people who don't know me. Like, if I could manage to inspire anyone, by all means, I hope I do, because at the end of the day, as much as I like to occasionally be a little crass and be a little loud and say something insensitive, just really because I'm fucking around, and I do enjoy a little shock value and pushing buttons. That's fun, but I genuinely mean no harm, and but people also assume, because everybody, social media really changed things, you know, like you have such a glimpse into everyone's life, or at least what they want you to see, that you just assume that people have their shit together. You know what I mean? And one of my favorite memes that I see resurge every so often is, you know, nobody is posting their failures. You're watching everybody's highlight reel. You know what I mean? So it's easy to be going through shit, go online, see other people doing well while you're not, and get really fucking sad and down on yourself. So I saw another thing that I really liked that said, right now is the time to let people you care about know that you care about them. Because you don't know what people are going through. I'm really on this shit right now. Like, I'm really fucking...
No, you are. You're a very caring dude, man. Like, yeah, I've seen you. Like, anytime someone gives you a call, you're always quick to pick up, or even like ask if you see something small, and be like, "Hey, are you right?" You know, you're very empathetic, and that's a rare quality in a lot of people. So yeah, everyone be just a little more caring. Throw a little love out there. You never know. Sometimes, like when I hear, like, you know, someone give me some positivity out of nowhere, I feel better, because even though I was feeling like shit, that was so random. I'm like, yeah, everything's all right. It's kind of rad, man.
Yeah, it's just nice. It's just nice. Like, be fucking, like, now's the time more than ever. And also, fucking get out there and vote. Like, I never even thought that I would become this person.
Yeah, same here.
That's like, yo, get out there and fucking, like, because honestly, you got no right to complain about shit if you don't fucking get out there and exercise your fucking right as an American citizen to, you know, have a say in who is in charge. Like, yeah. This shit is no joke. Like, imagine if you fucking had, like, your mom was single and she had two dudes and she wanted you to pick one to be the father, and one of them was kind of a prick, but he had a lot of money, and the other one was super sweet, and he was a fucking hard worker, and he did his best to provide. Which one are you gonna pick? Obviously, I made that too easy.
I like how you're going for, like, all right, it's you compared the democratic process of voting to, like, choosing between your two dads.
Choose between two dads or two fucking moms. I'm woke now. Two moms. You know, one of them's friendly and one of them is Ellen DeGeneres. Nah, I'm kidding. That was an unnecessary shot at Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know what the fuck is going on with any of that shit, but it seems so minor to me compared to what's really going on in the world anyway.
It's wild what people are like. That's the thing about social media. It's wild. Just like through one Instagram could change someone's mind entirely. Just one sentence, and everyone's going crazy and, like, want drama to happen and willing to burn people.
Yeah. It's like that shit. It's like you're willing to really.
Sometimes people don't need to say anything. You know, like Chappelle said, like, you know, which I respect that he did do the special for George Floyd, but he was being called out a lot. That's, I think, partially, and he did want to do the special. I just think it's kind of weird. Like, yeah, being interviewed, he's like, I don't have to say anything. People don't need me to say anything. You know, I don't have to. But it doesn't mean I don't understand and respect what's going on.
Yeah, true.
You know? And, you know, I'll make it known. I will support, you know, anything that, like, you know, especially like Black Lives Matter, of course, like, and what's going on with, like, COVID. I'm all about the support, but sometimes I just don't want to say anything, you know. Like,
right.
I feel like it's not in my place to say anything right now, or, like, if there's an argument, I will stand up to do what's right.
Well, you know what the crazy shit too right now is? Fucking I was told by a friend of mine who is a white woman. She said, I said some shit. I was concerned about something that I said on Corey Has a Podcast, and she was like, well, the thing about it is, because you're a black person, you could say you can get away with that. And I'm just like, yo, these weird rules right now are fucking nuts. Because if I say some hateful shit, which I don't, but if I do, I should also be chastised for it. But you know, the crazy thing is, the amount of white people I see jumping down, specifically white men's throats for saying anything now, is so crazy. And it's like, oh, so I could just skate under the radar on some black shit just because you guys are scared to say something to me? I don't even know what the fuck. Like, I feel like I walked into a room and everybody knows the dance number, and I'm just standing at the door like, what the fuck is this? Did they rehearse this shit? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm watching these fucking arguments. Like, yo, you will exhaust yourself going on and seeing all this shit coming out, about, my wife is involved in the dance world. Shit coming out about these fucking guys sexually assaulting all these young women. Like, the shit is fucked up. So, like, in the midst of us being in, like, a crazy time in terms of, like, we got an election year. We got a fucking crazy president who's, like, on some, I might not step down if I lose the election shit. Like, so, okay, whoa. That's fucking threatening the principles of what the country was built on. It's like, what? That's not, and I don't believe that's gonna happen. I hope it doesn't. But I mean, honestly, like, I didn't think fucking he was gonna become president anyway. So who the fuck knows, right?
And if he does do that, I just hope that, like, pretty much what happens, like he stated, like, you see Biden and Kamala, like, outside the White House and, like, just waiting, like, we're waiting to vacate the ex-president. Like, you have all the security guards just take him and just throw him out. Like,
honestly,
Flintstone style.
Yeah.
Get out.
Just toss him out. He's so fucking old too. I just don't get it too, man. It's in movies where they always show, like, the asshole in the movie just fucking never dies. Assholes just live forever.
Yeah,
I think that's a real thing. Look at Michael Myers, bro. They fucking shot him, threw him out a window, set him on fire, blew him up. Like, he fucking just won't die. Like, that's what it is. Like, this motherfucker will be like 120 years old, and you'll be like, Jesus Christ, he's still fucking kicking because he's a piece of shit. It's weird. It's weird. But in the midst of all... Sorry.
I love to be empathetic and be like, say something about, like, the character or be judgmental. I say fuck that. For him, I don't give a fuck. You're fucking up this country. It might not be entirely just him, but people are helping him do it.
I think the thing that blows my mind is, like, beyond the president, there are beyond the president who has proven time and time again, who has shown who he is time and time again. I think it's beyond that. I think it's the people who, because if somebody shows you who they are and you keep fucking with them, they already kept it real. Like, yo, I'm a piece of shit. I just want you guys to know that I'm an asshole, right? But there are people that are like, that still follow, like, with the crazy loyalty, like,
yeah,
oh yeah, I agree with it. Like, people are saying, like, oh, racism is not a deal breaker for somebody who still intends on voting for Trump. You know what I mean? Like, it's there's layers to it. So in the midst of, like, all these things coming up in the world, it's like there's just constant. You can find good news. You got to look for it, but you can find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's starting to become like walking around on a beach with one of those fucking metal detectors trying to find change in the sand. Like, looking for good news these days. It's like,
yeah,
you got this, you got fucking child molestation happening in this community. You got fucking a disease killing thousands of people. You got police shooting an unarmed black man 7 times in his back in front of his fucking children. Like, what? On camera. Sorry, I don't want to.
No. I'm not doing that to you. I'm like, gee, like, just, yeah, it's such crazy times, and just, like, you can't. We don't get any good news now, like, or like there's something that's a little bit just like, a puff piece. I think we need some puff pieces here, guys. We need more puff pieces here.
Yeah, can we get
Fox News, CNN? Let's go.
Let's go. Can we get some lighthearted shit going on? Can somebody, you know what? At the end of the day, right? I feel like it's our job to discuss those things, right, and be aware of them. I do think we should, on our day-to-day basis, be able to find silver linings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I woke up today. I'm healthy. I'm not sick. I got to see my mom today. My wife is healthy. She's not sick. The cat's still alive. She vomited on the bed last night, but that's a different story. That shit woke me up. It was gross. I was asleep.
Nice old hacking all that hair up.
Oh, it was gross. It was so bad. Cat vomiting is gross.
Oh, that's freaking gross. I'd rather deal with its poop.
Yeah. I'd honestly rather deal with it, but I don't like the smell of shit.
No, nobody does.
Some people do. Were those 2 girls from 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
Ugh.
What, did their shit just not smell?
Also, there's that that one mental disorder where, like, people get, someone was eating diapers, soiled diapers.
Is that real?
That's real. Like, you can look it up. There's a thing about that. Oh,
well, it's kind of like a burrito, right?
Oh god, why'd I do that to myself?
It's kind of.
Why'd you have to say that?
It's like a chocolate burrito.
You know what I think it'll just save everybody. I think cat memes or anything with cats in it.
People love
watch
cats.
The video. If you guys need a little positivity, watch that.
Yeah, I saw
that high score documentary, which I've been watching lately, made me happy.
Which one?
There's this documentary on Netflix called High Score. It's about like the video game industry.
Oh yeah, I saw that pop up. I might check that out.
Yeah, I nerded out. Like, is there something right now you're watching? You're like, hey, you were talking about like watching weekend updates. Like, oh, this kind of makes me happy.
I like my background escapism shit because there's different. There's a difference, like something that you've been meaning to watch versus something that like you just put on when you're doing other things that you just like to have on. You know what I mean? Like for a while, I would just throw on like the Jackass movies and just let them play, or like I would just throw on Rick and Morty if I wanted to just like have something on, just so I could like look over and laugh occasionally, and I could still hear it while I was doing stuff around the house. But lately, I've been watching The Get Down on Netflix.
That's a good move. That's a good show.
It's about
Since they canceled it.
Yeah, it was going like and I grew up in the Bronx, so that's really cool to me. I've been watching The Amazing Race occasionally. There's so many seasons that it's kind of cool to just like slow leak them and just like I got no show to watch right now because everybody has probably watched everything. Yeah. But I could throw on fucking The Amazing Race and just get into a season and see like who do I hate, who do I want to win, like.
It's crazy how obsessed some people would get like. They're like it's like our buddy Frank, like he's watching Survivor, and that is like I used to watch that show with a bunch of buddies, and it turned into this big discussion, like if this strategy of like if this guy did this and this, and like
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's fun. It's a fun watch though to do that sort of thing. For
Yeah,
Amazing Race or some of these reality competitive shows.
Yeah, and you can't help yourself, but like once you get hooked, you'll watch that shit all night.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Like after 2 days, I feel like there's no more hangover now. I feel better.
Yeah, it's usually for me, my hangover, like I was just telling some people the other night, like I don't really have like severe hangovers, but I have had them. But typically like if I like overdo it on a night, the next day I won't really start feeling like a human until around 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah. It takes don't you feel like Old Man Logan now, where your recovery rate is so much slower?
The thing is,
compared to when you're early 20s. Like I remember, like my early 20s, like just give me another beer. Like after a night of like going nuts at Penn State, I'm like, yeah, I can handle anything. Now it's like, shit, I've worked the next day. Make sure you don't get too hammered, but if you do get too hammered, make sure you have a big gallon of water next to you.
You got to have protocols.
You have a couple hours to recover, and then you can go to work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta have protocols. I mean, like, my bounce back used to be crazy. My bounce back is not as good as it was, but I'll still power through some shit. Like,
I've seen you. You powered through a lot of crazy shit, like back in the day too.
Yeah, I'll just get up. The thing is, if you stop moving, that's when your body is like, I guess we don't have to move anymore.
And then, you're fucked, man. This bed is yours, or this couch.
Yo, that's how people become like obese and shit. That's how people become out of shape. You just pick a day and you don't fucking stay on track with with being physical or your training regimen or whatever. You pick one day and then it's easier the next day to go, fuck it, I'll just get back on track next week. The next week comes and you're in this rhythm of a few days of just not doing shit. And that shit can continue on for months and years. And next thing you know, you got to buy all new clothes because you don't fit your old clothes anymore, which I think that's giving up. If you start not fitting your clothes and you just buy new clothes, that's giving up.
We were having this conversation, weren't we, before about like a friend was like, well, if I get new clothes, that means I've given up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like...
Yeah, I can't. If I would get new clothes if I'm losing inches, but if I'm gaining like anything beyond my normal right now, fuck no. If I'm not in super shape, I'm giving up.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like fuck it, I'm shopping at Big and Tall now.
I'll work out on Monday next week, and then 2 months, and then you start fucking Not doing it anymore.
But that's the trick with being hungover too. Like being hungover will take you out of your routine. Like you'll be like, "Fuck it, I can't work out today." You know what I mean? Like that's easy. That's easy to happen.
I used to do it with ease, dude.
Yeah, just get up and just start going.
Yeah, I remember this one time I crashed at your place when we first started hanging out, and like you're like, "Hey, you want to work out?" I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh yeah,
your shorts, and we went to your gym, and we were we partied hardcore that day.
Yeah. And we went straight to the gym and worked, sweat it out.
But still, we powered through it, and we were able to exercise normally.
Yeah, it was great. Then we went for like a run and lifted some weights. It was cool. It was great.
Yeah, man. Gets easier with age, everybody.
If you make it. Well, guys, listen, I just want to say thank you all for listening. Sorry if we got a little heavy, but you know what? There's certain things that just can't be ignored, can they? But we love you all, and thank you all for listening every week. Try your best to just stay positive and stay hopeful that things are going to get better, you know? There's a Calvin and Hobbes quote that I love. I love Calvin and Hobbes.
I love Calvin and Hobbes, man.
But there's one where Calvin says to his imaginary friend, Calvin says, isn't he just a stuffed tiger that is like, he basically pretends is real? I don't know. He says, the thing about life is nothing's ever so bad that it can't get worse, which is almost like a bleak way to look at something in a positive way. It's like, yeah, this sucks, but hey, can you imagine if this shit was worse? Which, you know, it's like...
It can get worse, but, you know, it's nice to think of that.
It can get worse, you know? So let's just focus on trying our best to not let it get worse, and just be there for each other right now. I think people need it. People need it more than you think, and people need it more than they're going to openly admit. So just let your friends and family know that you love them, and keep listening. And so if you love your family enough, you'll tell them to listen to the Truth Serum podcast.
Hell yeah. Or Corey has a podcast, which is wonderful.
Or something. But like, share, and subscribe it all. Right, Ryan?
That's right. Also, you can check out our Patreon page on patreon.com/truthserum if you're willing to donate, help us out. Please give us your money. We need some help.
Give us all your money.
Quarantine Horror Story has all the episodes are out, but we're doing a view party on
tomorrow.
Facebook. Yeah, at 7:00. If you want to check it out, it's at Quarantine Horror Story or at the Mechanicals NYC if you want to find the link. And like, subscribe, and tell your friends about us. All your friends.
All your friends. Thank you all, and we love ya.
Hell yeah. Let us go. That was good, man.
Absolutely. What's this shirt you have on? Absolutely.
my parents gave me this for Christmas. I mean my birthday.
Same thing.
I don't know. Some weird fucking neon face with like a necktie and shit. And
looks like a flight attendant.
Right? I don't know what the fuck it is.
Like a neon flight attendant. They look at that shirt and go, I feel like Ryan would wear this. Like, isn't it weird when you're a grown up and your parents buy you clothes that they think you would like?
Yeah, most times
Isn't that funny?
Most times they're wrong, and like now I got to the point of like I thought I was kind of a dick before. I'm like, I don't want that. I was like, just get me clothes or something, you know.
Just take it.
I just take it. I'm like, thank you. Are you sure you like it? Yeah. Do you want this?
I love it.
No.
You could also, you know what I think too, and it's like if I get a shirt that I wouldn't actually wear out, I'm like, well, I could fucking work out in this shirt. Doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
I could like live, you know. I could just sweat this shirt out because I'm not gonna wear this to go hang out with people, but I'll lift weights in it.